welcome to our channel. Today we're talking about teenagers and money on Catholic Mom and Daughter. Okay, so we're so glad that you joined us today. I'm Jennifer with my daughter Kate, and today we're talking about a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is teaching your teenagers about money. So we've used a program that we feel very strongly about, Dave Ramsey's Foundations in Personal Finance for High School.
So this program is a DVD-based program which has teacher resources that come with it, as well as like a student workbook. So it really has got you all covered for teaching your kids about personal finance.
So how did we use it at our house? Okay, so at my house, when this program was first published, I was so excited about it that I just had to buy it. And even though my kids are still in elementary school, I said, I don't care, we're going to sit down and watch these videos. So we did, because Dave is funny, he draws the kids in, and I wanted them to soak up all that Dave Ramsey money wisdom. So even though I knew that they were too young to use the workbook, we still watched the videos. Okay, so then fast forward a few years, now we're in high school, we're doing the program again, this time with our high school co-op and using the workbook and doing the full program.
Yeah, so last year we did personal finance, and we spent about 24 weeks doing the 12 chapters in the book, which is about half a chapter per week. And we had about an hour and a half to do that, so it gave us plenty of time to watch the videos, do homework, answer questions, do case studies, so that worked really well. And then even when COVID hit, we were able to pretty easily move that online. So it's a versatile program, definitely.
So you may wonder, was this program easy to use? Now I'll say up front that I am not a financial person. My background is in science. I'm not an accountant or anything, so I did worry a little bit, am I going to be the right person to teach personal finance to teenagers? But the program is so well laid out. The teacher resources includes a syllabus, and each chapter has its own lesson plan that just walks you through everything. All the videos are listed, how long each one is listed, the activities are paired up with different videos, so all you sort of have to do is look at that and make your battle plan. So I spent maybe 30 minutes to an hour per chapter preparing to teach, so that wasn't bad.
Yeah, and as a student, I found that the workbook was also laid out very well. There was a lot of information in there. Got the book.
Workbook.
Woohoo! So there's lots of information in here. There's questions to answer. There's like fill in the blanks to keep you engaged with the videos. And the homework also was very clearly explained, so you never had to sit there being completely confused about what the heck you were supposed to be doing. So that also allowed the students to do it very independently, which can be a big bonus if you have a large family or something like that.
Yeah, it's really great that the kids could just take this and sit down and for the most part just do it. Every now and then questions came up, but it was definitely an independent type of thing. Okay, so why do we love this program so much? What in particular really drew us to it, and why do we recommend it?
So for me as a student, that was basically all the knowledge that this program gave me, how much it taught me, because it sets you up so well for all the things that you'll need to know as an adult. Like it talks about investing and budgeting and bank accounts and all sorts of craziness, you know, writing checks and wills and everything you'll need to know. And it also helps steer you away from the bad side with finance, like, you know, financing cars and student loans, credit card debt, all that stuff that you don't want to get involved in.
Don't lease a car, kids, don't do it.
So it gives you all this information, it gives you alternatives to the dangerous stuff, and it just made me feel so less daunted by personal finance, and that was probably my favorite thing from that.
Yeah, and I love seeing the light bulbs go off in the kids' heads. I had one student tell me afterwards, I had no idea that you could go to college without a student loan. I'd never heard that before. So I love that it really was giving these kids tools to put in their toolboxes to go out and live a financially responsible life. Another thing that I really love about the program is that it's very biblically based. In the Bible, finances are talked about so many times. There are almost 2,000 references to money in the Bible. So throughout the student workbook, there are Bible verses that talk about money, and we even had our students memorize a few of those as part of their coursework. And the last chapter of the book is just about giving, because managing your money is important, not just so that you can live well, but so that you can give back and help others. And I just love that Dave teaches that. And last, and maybe not least important, is Dave Ramsey is just funny. I mean,
so funny.
He is so funny. It didn't matter what kind of mood we were in when the class sat down to watch these videos. Within a few minutes, everybody was laughing and joking and talking. It was so wonderful. Dave just draws the students in. He's passionate. He's a good speaker. He tells a lot of funny stories, and it's just a great way to learn. So, do we recommend this program?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
Up.
And I would tell you that if you think, oh, my teenager has so many classes, we don't have time to do personal finance, I would say, okay, no, clear the deck. Make room for a personal finance course. Kids need to know this information. So if you want a class that they can do fairly independently, that's funny, and that will stick with them for a long time, you really can't go wrong with Dave Ramsey.
Alright, so right here at the end, we just also wanted to talk about more than a couple of the books that we read to supplement the program. And I will say that the program is, it's complete on its own, but knowing her, we had to read books because books. So we wanted to just talk about those books real quick.
Yeah.
Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So books, because we always have to have books. All right, so first we read one written by Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover, and that fit in perfectly we read that second semester after we had done most of the coursework, and it reinforced so many of the things that the kids had learned. We also read this book, The Millionaire Next Door. Dave talks about this in the video, so heck, we just went ahead and read it. We read 2 books per semester. Very interesting peek into the minds of millionaires, so highly recommend this one. The next one is called The Automatic Millionaire, not written by Dave Ramsey, so it's a different perspective, but also very good, goes along with a lot of the Dave Ramsey principles, and makes you really feel like I could be a millionaire if I start young and do everything they say. Okay, and then the last book is called Skip College. This is a very interesting book. We'll probably do a whole video about this, but this book gives kids options of how to earn a living if they're not planning to go to college right away or even ever. With the pandemic going on and COVID, a lot of kids are not super excited to be taking college classes at the kitchen table, so they're taking a gap year or maybe putting off college indefinitely. This book will tell them how to manage their money, how to jumpstart their career. It's Launch Your Career Without Debt, Distractions, or a Degree. So it gives you a lot of options. I thought it was very well written and definitely worth a look if you have a kid who's not going to fit into the box and just be traditional and go to college right away after high school. So there you have our roundup of why we love Dave Ramsey's Foundations in Personal Finance. I will say my son told me that of all his schooling, this class has probably been the most helpful and practical and useful for him. So I think you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, it is. It's personal finance. You need to know this.
Yeah. So kids, don't get a credit card, don't lease a car, and we'll see you next time on Catholic Mom and Daughter. Bye.